Had people ask me for midget strippers before.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Midget strippers. You heard me the first time.
I
You
did. I
heard
need
me
a
the
confirmation.
first time.
I need a confirmation.
Nah.
How hard is it to find midget strippers?
I don't think it's necessarily difficult, but within 24 hours is pretty ridiculous.
Welcome to the Flipping Tables podcast, where we challenge limited beliefs and flip the tables on perspectives that may be holding you back. I'm your host, Tenny Majikwa, and do me a quick favor. If you like what we're doing over here, or give you any value, I want you to click this little button right here. I'm holding it right here. And honestly, if you really, really love us, subscribe and tell a friend. Actually, do me a favor, tell 2 friends. I appreciate it. Today we have a special guest, but before I'm going to introduce a new segment to this actual podcast. I'm going to call it Mental Health Check, because I feel in our community really don't do it that much. So, Mental Health Check. Brandon, how is your week going, sir?
Wow, you put me on the spot.
I did.
All right. No, I'm good. Everything is good, man.
We got to see you.
It's not
It's not
ready.
It's not hidden.
No, it's not hidden.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me. How's your week going? All
No,
good.
hey, everything is good, man. Especially after that meeting that we had the other day. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like super hella optimistic and like ready to just hit the ground running like every single day, every day I wake up.
Awesome.
So,
Hey, fair enough. I like it. Hit a button
man.
for yourself, sir. Hit a button for yourself.
We don't got no buttons either. I'm just fucking with you.
I was like, what do we have right now? So today, I do have a special guest. You can put him on camera now. I'm going to ask him a lot because when I was researching Marvel, I was like, okay, how exactly do you even get into this field, right? Because number one, all right, you walk into a room and you're introducing yourself. How do you do it?
I'm a luxury concierge host based out here in Miami, and I provide luxury and curated experiences for the 1%.
Okay. Wow, that sounds awesome, actually. Mm-hmm. Damn, I feel like you've practiced.
And content creator as well, too, and network king. That's what I call myself.
Network king? Hit a button for that, please.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what does that entail as far as concierge? From my limited knowledge, is more so like you give people an experience, right? So people come into town and you kind of recommend.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, even before they actually come here to Miami. So what we do is we plan out their itinerary from top to bottom when it comes to the restaurants, the lounges, the bars, the villas, the private security, transportation, sprinters, just giving them that, only the best experience that we'd be able to give them.
How did you get into that?
So where do I start? So I am originally from New York.
Okay.
So was raised there, and I came here in 2009. Went to Miami, went to FIU, went to Florida International University.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and
Those are Panthers, right?
yes, sir. Golden Panthers. Yeah, and I started my content creation career then. I was doing photos and videos for fraternities, for sororities, for departments as well too. So that's where I got my creativity from.
In 2009, what was popping as far as like? So you said content creation, right? Was social media popping like that? Is that MySpace?
No. That's Facebook / MySpace. I think it was already out the door. I think
around that time.
Instagram came out 2012.
2012. Okay.
Yeah. So Instagram came out 2012. But anyways, yeah. So I did a whole bunch of content creation and photo videos for all those multiple departments and also organizations as well too. University of College of Law, nursing, business, Carta. There's a whole bunch of people.
Back then, that wasn't like a big field though. What made you?
No, not.
This is the lane I want to go.
No, because actually one of my best friends was actually a photographer, and he actually inspired me into getting into that. So I don't even think that the creator economy was even created back then.
I was about to say like 2009.
No. Yeah, not before Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But yeah, I just did it because of the love, because I love to create memories and everything else too. And then got to the point where wasn't really necessarily paying the bills, so I had to pivot and get into another field. And I'm 6'11", 340. So
I'm sorry, 6 foot what?
11.
Bro, it's very rare that I feel short.
Yeah, no. Back then I was like pushing like maybe like. No, actually, no way. I was actually in better shape then, actually. So,
when did you hit that growth spurt that got you there? To
so I actually got from 6'3" to 6'7" in my 11th grade of high school.
Gee, did you get looked at?
I'm 6'3" right now.
No, bro, I was a square back then, man. Nobody was really checking for me, man, honestly.
You were 6'7"?
Yeah, I just played ball and just played basketball and did karate and martial arts and sports
said, like,
and
all the
video.
cool things together and just like I just chop people's heads off.
No, I mean, listen, man. I mean, I was a late bloomer, so I guess I don't know. It wasn't really that cool.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so fast forward a little bit. then I got into the hospitality space because I actually needed an extra job. So my guy, I always tell a story by the name of Jonathan Menacall. He used to be one of the head of securities and one of the head bodyguards for MMG, which is Miami Marketing Group, not Rick Ross.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was like, MMG.
No. Miami Marketing Group. And so I actually Facebook messaged him. I was like, look, I need a job. I need to, get some extra coins or whatever. This content creation I'm doing right now is not really, making means right now. So all right, sure, no problem. What I need you to do is, because it's 2012, this was Christmas Day that I actually went there. Story Miami.
Yeah.
Story's closed now, but, it was back then. I opened it up. And I met my two bosses, my head of security and also my assistant head of security, Patrick Fleming and Jay Pink.
Okay.
And the rest was history. And then I actually started working at the DJ booth because here's the crazy part. The crazy part is that I did not have my jacket at the time. So you need to get a suit jacket, right?
Okay.
For you to actually work on the dance floor. But because I was so big, I couldn't really find one at the time.
Gotcha.
So they had to put me in the DJ booth. But the crazy part is that actually kind of catapulted my career into actually connecting with all these VIPs, because the owners of the clubs were there. Like, the super, super high level VIPs was actually at the DJ booth, like behind it. It was like a VIP section. So I met like Elliot Ross, Diane Ross's grandson. Yeah. I met, the Chris Pacellos in the world, Mo Garcia's, Tyson Beckford's.
Well, when you're in the DJ booth, how do you connect with them though? Right? You're DJing, you're doing your thing. What's your process as far as like how you connect with them?
No, me DJing?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't DJing. I was in security.
I was like, oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
You said DJ booth.
Yeah,
so you went from security to DJ booth?
No. So the DJ booth right there, there's a section where like only like the ultra VIPs can literally come up and actually congregate there.
Yeah.
So there's a pathway that I had to like guard and let's make sure that people that are not supposed to be there, it's not supposed to be there.
Did you ever get into any fights? I gotta ask. As far as,
I not there in the DJ booth, but like, I've gotten to plenty of fights. I worked at Story for about maybe 5 years, and I've gotten to so many fights I can't even like
really
count. Yeah,
that many?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I asked that because there's almost like protocol. One of my friends does work in security, right? So it's almost like, yes, protect him, but at the same time, don't kill him.
No, yeah, definitely. You're not supposed to like. Yeah, you're not supposed to like
no elbows.
Murder somebody.
Accidentally snap a neck.
No, you're supposed to alleviate problems as much as possible. Like, especially when it comes to like the culture of now it's Groot's hospitality Story at the time. It was a white glove type of approach service that you had to do. I've gotten like yelled at. I've gotten spat at.
Spat at?
Yeah, I've gotten slapped at. Huh?
Did he or she live?
We wouldn't know. No, just a lot of things. Just like a lot of things that like really like has happened to me.
Yeah.
But regardless of the fact, is like it was such an ultra VIP experience where you had to have like a level mindset. Like you can't ever like act at a character. Like you always have to stay stoic.
Yeah.
So honestly, during that time, like that's where I really like learned like my stoicism, honestly, because you have to be just zen at all times.
Do you feel like that's kind of helped you in what you're doing right now, as far as that skill set, learning how to just be calm in crazy situations like that?
Yeah, we what we like to say when we work in nightlife and hospitality, like the industry people, is that we are organizers of chaos.
Ooh, who came up with that one? That's good.
I don't know, but they need to pay them. They need to pay them. They need to pay them because it's literally that.
Yeah.
Like just think about it. Like you're coming into a space where you're serving all these people that are like literally raging and like having a great time and like partying and also drinking and getting freaking belligerent.
Yeah.
And you're the person that's like as security, as like the surveyor and like the organizer and keeping everybody calm and like whatever type of like situations that actually thrown at you, you have to be the person that is level-headed and be able to handle it at a moment's notice.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah.
How long did you do that for?
I've been in security for about 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was 2012 to maybe about 2015, 2016.
All right, so walk me through it. 2015, 2016, you're leaving security. What's the next move?
Okay, so I got to a point where I had to fulfill myself. I wasn't really the things I was doing wasn't really hitting for me. I felt like I was definitely way more than just security. I felt like I was definitely didn't want to necessarily like work for the man or like, you know, work for somebody. I wanted to like take the chance and, you know, go full pledge and like in my desires and my endeavors.
Did you know what you were going to do at that time, or was it more so it just can't be this?
So, yes and no. Yes and no, because I wanted to like go full force with the photography and video.
Okay.
But then at the same time with the security part, I was also doing bodyguarding as well on the side.
Oh.
So I was like taking care of like ultra VIPs outside in different venues. And I met my first client actually by the name of Troy Gibson.
Okay.
Took care of him one time at Story on a Sunday. And then I actually ran into him at 11. And then he saw me. He's like, "Hey, you know what? You should be my bodyguard." I was like, "Bro, listen, like I'll work for you." Can we curse or no?
Yes.
I can work for you right fucking now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like, yeah, and he just pulled out the hundreds, and then he gave me $500 right then and there, and then the rest was history. I went to Vegas with him, went to New Orleans. He lives in Atlanta. I took care of him in Atlanta a few times.
Wow.
I've been to Vegas with him maybe 20 times, if not more.
Dude.
Yeah, bro.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How was that? Like going from being in one place, right, to moving around with somebody like that? Like, do you enjoy, number one, traveling?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah,
Oh, so
definitely.
it's an automatic win for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Being exposed to,
Yeah, man.
awesome.
Because it got to the point where you get to meet other people as well, and basically, you know, extend and expand your network as well.
Do you like networking?
I mean, I'm the network king.
Yep.
I see that layup. I see
Yeah,
that
it was like,
okay,
I got you, bro.
I
I was
see
like,
you.
you like
Yeah,
that?
man. I mean, networking is which I kind of feel like we're kind of going back and forth, but networking is definitely the key part, and that's why I really feel like I definitely dived into doing that. Now, speaking of networking, how I got into the next level, which is the luxury concierge, is I was doing bodyguard work for one of my clients. We were at a dinner party, and we were talking, you know, casually talking or whatever. And he was like, "Yo, you know, just want to let you know, man, love what you do, love how you protect me and my peoples, you know, whenever we go out. But I really feel like you're definitely more. Like the reason why like I hire you is not necessarily because you're big as fucking, like, you know, saying you can like handle things.
It does help.
It's because it does help. It does assist. But he said that like your superpower is actually like your vernacular, is the way for you to connect people magnet, just being a magnet towards people attracting, you know, to you. And I really see that, and I think that you should probably look into like doing concierge. And I was like, what the fuck is concierge? I was like, what is that? He's like, no, like, you know, you'll handle my reservations, you'll be my host, you'll be my liaison, you'll be my consultant as well too.
Is your revenue stuck? If you're an entrepreneur and your revenue is stuck, you don't need to fix your products or services. You need new audiences to discover you more consistently. Podcast guesting is the ideal way to be discovered 24 hours a day by your ideal clients. And guess what? The more people that know you, the more people can flow you. Head over to podcastmasterypack.com and take advantage of your first or next podcast. Let's go.
Just a entity where the middleman, basically,
Exactly.
like it's like an ultra broker, honestly,
Yeah.
where like, you know, you always have a solution for it all. And if you don't have a solution, you're going to find it. So that's where I was like, you know what, let me look into it. And after that, then that's when Bishop Executive Services was birthed. And
What year was this?
Pardon me?
What year was this?
This was 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, 2016. And we are a full service luxury concierge service where we do logistics, we do liaison work, executive protection, and also luxury transportation as well.
So I got two questions for you because I'm
Sir.
really slow. Liaison means?
Liaison is a fancy word just for a connector, just for a person, like a buffer,
like
if that
that.
makes sense.
100%.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
totally going to abuse that word. I'm a liaison.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm a liaison.
So people come to you.
You gotta actually
for-
be that, Tanny.
Yeah, you actually like you will be the person that to sift out and compartmentalize and be able to, you know, figure out, you know, solutions for any type of issues or any type of challenges that come your way.
Is it kind of like, well, I know it's not exact comparison. There was this TV show, I think it was on Showtime, called Ray Donovan.
Okay.
Yeah, where he kind of like fixes, I know it's probably a little more extreme. where he,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
fixes
I'm not
stuff.
killing people. Yeah.
But if you pay right,
Yeah, if you pay right, you know what I'm saying? You get that, you know, $100,000 wire, you know what I mean? Yeah.
How did you get your first client when you started your concierge business?
Okay, so That's a tricky question. It's one story, but I can't tell it.
Okay.
I can tell it off air. Troy Gibson actually became a concierge client as well too, if that makes sense. Like he was a definitely obvious security, but then he started using me for other services.
Nice.
So with that, and then his network from Atlanta, that's when it spread like wildfire, and I got his network as well too. And then as I started to serve his peoples.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. So essentially like word of mouth to be able to spread the word.
Yeah, we're strictly as far as marketing. I mean, I do like obviously I'm huge in content as well, but more so like the actual like marketing is word of mouth.
Okay. And as far as like your content side of what you do as far as the business, is that part of the Bishop content?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I put myself out for people to know what I do. And that's why I do podcasts all the time, because I'm able to provide value as well, but then people get to know what I do, and then, we get to have a great conversation, and hopefully people will hit me up for said services. And if not, then I'll have a footprint, or a digital footprint, I should say, on another digital footprint online to people to find out about me.
100%.
Yeah.
So when you work with people, as far as like the content creation space, how does that work? Is it more so like, hey, I'll help you create content, just content marketing, or how exactly do you go about working with someone when it comes to content? Because I find that to be a little tricky sometimes.
Okay.
I've tried to provide that service a couple times, but it's like you almost have to tailor it for everybody.
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. So we're kind of going back and forth. So my digital agency, VCB Media, we help people out with their personal brands.
Okay.
So what we do is we find out exactly, we do the reverse engineering first to see what they need. Like, hey, listen, with this content for this, maybe you need a podcast, maybe you need some reels, maybe you need a lifestyle blog. So we pretty much do the work as far as like finding out what they need, and we present it, and then they go with it, and then we just execute.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the most difficult, you don't have to say the name, difficult fulfillment you've had to deal with as far as from that content creation side, like someone that just gave you a hard time?
Damn, I don't know.
He's like, all of them, every single one.
Nah,
of them.
I mean, not all of them, but I mean, I can go in as far as like with my concierge, as far as like difficult clients that I actually.
All right, let's go concierge. Yeah,
Yeah. I would rather stick with that. Yeah, I've had people ask me for midget strippers before.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Midget strippers. You heard me the first time.
I did.
You
I
heard
need
me
a
the
confirmation.
first time.
I need a confirmation.
Yeah, nah.
Midget
How
strippers.
hard is it to find midget strippers?
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily difficult, but within 24 hours is pretty ridiculous.
How hard is it to find a midget? That's
Yeah,
that
I
alone.
mean, yeah, that's
in
number one.
itself.
And then also a midget or a small person, politically correct these days.
Wait, is midget not?
Dwarf?
I think it's.
Dwarf?
I think that's
dwarf.
even offensive as well. I think you call them little people.
Is that really a thing?
I think the politically correct way is to call them little people.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
No, for real. No. I think dwarfism.
It
It is called dwarfism, but I do believe that dwarfism. Someone who's if you call them a dwarf and a midget,
Yeah.
I think that is politically offensive. I think it is. So that's why.
Little.
Yeah, like a little person.
At what height do you consider? Well, for you, I mean, everyone's a little person.
Yeah, everybody's a dwarf for me. So. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, so I think it's
That's awesome.
I think it's
I
little
love
people. I think we're gonna go with little people.
Is it really little people?
it's
It might be.
little people. Yeah.
I'm not reading the whole.
Is it me, or do I feel like that's more offensive than saying midget?
You know what? Let's get into it real quick. I actually believe that calling a small person a little person versus the dwarf or a midget, I think that's more offensive.
Agreed.
It sounds worse.
It's demeaning. Little person.
I think so. Like you're little.
You're not a regular person. You're a little person.
Facts.
It's like, oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's actually called dwarfism.
It's called dwarfism.
Yeah.
That's the actual, I guess, term, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, like, I think you call them a dwarf, but then you can't call them a midget.
That's wild.
Yeah, bro.
So-
We live in a friggin' snowflake world these days, man. So I'm not friggin' surprised.
So I've worked in the service industry. That's my background as far as like being a bartender, server, manager, right?
Nice.
So the most difficult thing, and I don't have the proper answer for it. No one's come up with the right answer, quote unquote. When you come into a group of people, right, mixed crowd, guy, woman, just a full mix. When you're addressing them, how do you address them? Is it, hey guys, hey people? Like, what do you say to a group of people? Guys
To a group of people that you're serving if you're a bartender?
What do you say? How do you address them?
Oh, say, hey guys, how you doing? You know,
So you go
my
with
name
guys.
is yeah. Hey guys, hey girls, whatever it is, guys and
I said
girls.
that before, and a lady got triggered.
What triggered by what?
I said, hey guys, how we doing today? She's like, I am not a guy.
Nah,
I
she
was
needs
like,
she needs to fucking chill. No. Guys is synonymous for everybody. Okay, let's just stop.
That's why in my line of work, I always go with folks. Hey, folks.
Folks is my jam.
You know,
Yeah,
that is.
Oh, hey people.
Yeah, hey, people.
Oh, hey people.
Right.
But by the way, I wasn't really done with like my midget story.
Okay,
yes,
sorry.
yes, go back. Can't miss that.
So it wasn't one person.
Yes.
Or one little person. I had to get five.
I'm sorry, you had to get five midget strippers.
Five multicultural strippers.
So you had to get an Asian, a Latino, a black, a white.
Two
be
black.
easier to get a unicorn.
Two black. If I can remember, two black, two Spanish, and one white.
All little people.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Of course.
How in the world hit a button for him?
So this within the concierge, like this is what we do. Like we are deductive problem solvers. Like you bring me, like, yo, listen, if you're paying me freaking 10, 20, 30K for the weekend, like, you know what I'm saying, depending on what it is, like, yeah, it's not, we never say no. We always say, let me see what I can do. That's the hospitality lingo, if I may. But yeah,
Did you get five?
so yeah, so let me break down the story. So let me break down the story. So I had a client that was a bachelor, and we had a whole entire group. We were taking care of him from Thursday to Sunday.
Okay.
Friday, during the day, we were politicking and having a great time, and he came to me and he was like, you know, I was just thinking, you know, we're definitely having a great time. We're definitely doing a great service. But having midget strippers would actually be really nice, won't you think?
Where did he get the idea from?
How old was this guy?
How old? Yes.
Yeah,
thank
probably
you.
mid-30s, 40s.
Had to be.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't see
Yeah,
somebody in their
mid-thirties,
50s like, let
yeah.
me get a midget stripper.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, it would be nice. And then and we start, sorry, I know I called you at the wrong time or at the right time. And we were talking, we were chilling, and I was like, okay, yeah. So he's like, so can you do that for us? And I'm like, I'm in my brain, I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, yeah, sure, definitely. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. So I'm like, yeah, he's like, yeah, don't even worry about the price, whatever, even though if it's extra, just don't worry about it. Just let me know. So this is how it worked. I called my people who worked at Magic City in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Then we got two. Then they called a couple people from Spearmint Rhino and Sapphire and Las Vegas. Now then he got one, I believe. Then after that, they were trying to scramble for like the rest for the rest of the two, for the remainder two, right?
What time frame did you have to deliver on?
I had to get it done in a day.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to get it done in a
So
day.
we're on 3 right now.
Yeah, so we're on 3, and then after that, then we actually contacted somebody in LA that was able to get the rest. So it was like boom, got it all together, and after that, then had to get the wire. So it was $35,000 for the whole entire operation.
Wow.
Yeah,
And you made
yeah.
a button for him. I don't know what
Yeah.
button we have.
So then after that, so we had to get hotels, then we had to get transportation accommodations. Yeah, so the client wired me that $35K into my bank account, and I was able to, you know, dispense that to or to give that to all of the workers. And then they came in, actually, some came in that night because they actually got on to the next flight. Some actually came in that morning. Thank God it wasn't a busy weekend, because if it was a busy weekend, that would have been, it probably wouldn't have worked.
Just go nightmare.
Yeah. So then after that, then we had the party that Saturday at the mansion, and then they stayed there till Sunday, and then Monday they were out.
How does one get into this field? Because this sounds awesome,
Sounds fun.
right? It's almost like you fix problems, but if the client's budget is just unlimited, then you get to be really creative with how you approach it.
Yeah, it's never really problems when people have unlimited money. It's just
Like a
tasks.
resourcefulness.
It's just tasks that you have to complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get into the field?
Well,
Like for someone right now in 2023, how would you go about getting into the
work at a venue.
Okay.
Work at a venue, work at a bar, work at a lounge, work at a club, work at a resort.
I like that.
Because that's what you need to do first. Because, we were talking about networking as before. For this to work, you have to eat what you kill. Like this is like, I have other businesses, but like this is my main business. So for me to actually get the clients every single month, I have to go and network and actually connect to these people, and they have to be able to trust with me for me to to complete the task. If a person who's just never been in nightlife whatsoever and they want to do what I do, because what I do is a higher echelon. Honestly, it's I'm a concierge independent host. Like I don't work for the venues. I work with them. I have contracts with them. I'm independent contractors with my company. So I bring them money and I bring them clients. They spend and I get a percentage from that. So
you kind of understand the nuance of how everything works.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Like you can approach them or these clubs to say like, hey, listen, I'm a host, like, or like I have a concierge company, like, can I get this contract? But you have to be able to develop that relationship first. So for me, working at Story and working at, as of now, which is like one of the biggest hospitality companies, arguably in the United States, that was just easy for me to go from security into my concierge company because I already had that relationship. Versus somebody else who does not have the relationship, they have to, build their reps and build their muscles and work for somebody, and then hopefully they can transition into that.
What was the scariest part, if you don't mind me asking, going from working for someone else, right, working in the club, to working for yourself?
Consistent income.
Talk about that a little more.
Yeah, consistent income. I mean, like I said, you eat what you kill. So if you do not kill, you don't eat. So and bills have to be paid. Rent is due every first of the month.
Yeah.
And if you want to go all in on this, you have to be able to have that mindset of you're always going to be able to connect to people, and those people are going to convert into clients as well too. And you just have to be out there all the time to create that that initial new interaction and connections with people.
Yeah.
Like I have a goal where I try to talk to 100 people a day.
I'm sorry, 100 people a day?
100 people a day, yeah.
Jeez, how often do you hit the goal?
Through different, I mean, not that much, honestly. Like for instance, Friday, I hit 60. So it's but the thing is, it's not even just like the concierge. It's like with any business as well.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to networking, it's like you have to hedge your bets every single time. So just think about it. If you are talking to, let's just say 100 people, right? How many of those people can be your clients? Maybe 10% of 10% of that. So for you to put yourself out there and actually achieve that goal, because at the end of the day, you need clients, you need money, you need sales, right?
Yeah.
For you to do that, you need to put yourself in position in front of these people as much as possible for them to know what you do. So out of those 100 people, the retention rate, I would say maybe 10 of them I'm able to connect with. And then maybe out of 10 of them, if I can close at least maybe one, maybe two, then that's the goal. And that's good.
Wow. Okay. It makes sense when you say it like that, right? In the sense that that you're going to close 1 to 2% of them. So
definitely. Yeah, and then here's another thing too is like, when people say, "Oh yeah," and I actually learned this from Alex Hermanzi, so I'm not going to take the credit. Man. Okay. He said that when people are like, "Oh yeah, I don't have these contacts," motherfucker, yes you do, because you have your social media. You have your email list or emails, whatever, or like the people that you actually contacted with through your emails, right? Yeah. And your contacts and your phone. Right then and there, you have an abundance of contacts that you can actually, hit them up and see if they need the services.
That video too.
Yeah, no,
and
definitely.
When I was watching it,
it was recent. Like, it was like last week.
Yeah, I think it was like you have 3 lists already. You don't even have to ask him directly. And he was giving the sauce. I'm just like, what I love about Alex is that his free content is 10 times better than most people's paid content.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's the reason why he's actually getting like death threats every single day.
I'm Tani Majikwa, your podcasting ally. Have you ever felt that podcasting is a logistical nightmare? It's not all the glamour and deep conversations. You're nodding, aren't you? Coordinating with guests, handling the technical stuff, editing for hours on end. And when you've done all that, there's that daunting task of getting your podcast across multiple platforms. Overwhelming, isn't it? But hold on. What if there's a way to make podcasting painless? Introducing Podcasters on Demand. It's like having a dedicated remote podcast producer at your fingertips, ready to handle all your needs. Wherever you are, wherever your guest is, we've got you covered. We'll take care of all your audio and video editing. You get to focus on what you do best, creating engaging content. And when you're ready, we'll send over your podcast to over 20 audio platforms, and we'll even help you out with YouTube. But wait, there's more. We optimize your YouTube podcast, episode title, and description for maximum viewership. We even do thumbnails. Your audience will find you effortlessly. So are you ready to turn podcasting into a breeze? It's time to get your producer on demand and start your painless journey. Remember, we're here to make podcasting simple.
Every single day.
He's getting death notes for what?
For like literally giving all the sauce away for free. Not literally,
that's crazy.
not literally. Well, some of them,
I'm sure.
I'm sure for sure, but like for the most part, yeah. Like he'll get like he's gotten suits before. Like he's got bro. He has people come after
How
them.
do you sue someone for giving out game? How does that even
Free
work?
information.
Bro, listen,
I'm not
bro,
a lawyer.
you can
an
sue
attorney.
anybody for anything these days.
That's true.
I can do this. You can sue me.
Ow!
Exactly.
Got it on camera.
Egg facts.
That's
See?
assault.
No, for real. It's that crazy, bro. It's that freaking
wild.
crazy. Yeah. So with that being said, networking, obviously it's definitely very, very, key. Like I call myself the network king for a reason. And those tactics is how I am able to catapult my digital agency, my concierge company. Cause I'm the forefront, I'm the face of the companies all the time. Like when I go out there, like I'm the one that's actually like, the poster boy that people contact you because
Very front facing.
Yeah, because like I can't hide. That's number one.
100%.
Yeah, I'm called called the walking icebreaker for a reason.
Is that really the name? I like that.
Yeah, it's on my bio.
Ah, dude, I gotta ask this question. And
Go
I
ahead.
know your answer now.
Okay, that's fine.
But I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Please.
Right? We ask this almost every podcast episode. If I'm not mistaken, Brandon. It's what's more important: your network, your skills, or your work ethic.
Lord,
Everybody says that.
That's the same response we get.
because they're all equally important. But to answer, so what's the most important?
If you had to rank them, how would you?
Rank them.
Yeah, rank them.
Hard work, number one.
Okay.
Your work ethic, because I think that controls everything in general. Because if you don't have hard work ethic, if you don't work hard, you're not going to be able to put out as much as you can. You can have a great network, $1 billion network, but if you don't have that work ethic to actually go through the times of the trials and tribulations when things are hard, then that work ethic and also those skills are just meaningless. If that makes sense.
Got you. No, it's a tough one.
What's number two? Can I do like 2A, 2B? Network is number two.
Okay. Why did you choose network as number 2?
Because your network is invaluable. That's what I would say. And you know what? No, wait, fuck that. No, wait, no.
It's a tough one.
No.
Because when I played this game, I'm like,
because skill set is also maybe number 2 as well too. Because if you don't have skill sets, you can be.
I know it really is a tough one. I'll be in bed just thinking about.
Yo, can I change my? Look,
we're still rolling, man. You can do whatever you
Can I
want.
change it?
Yeah, go for
Because
it.
now you know what?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna say skill set number 1.
Tell me why. Why the change?
If you don't have a skill set of anything, who cares about you? No matter how hard you work.
Okay.
Because talent, at the end of the day, yes. Because talent can only go but so far.
But skills.
But skill can take you in an infinite way.
Okay, I like that.
So you have the skills.
Yeah.
Then that can put you in position of power as well too. But you can be the hardest worker in the room and still be broke.
Hit a button. That was good.
You can be the hardest person working, be the hardest working person in the room and you can still be broke. Like it's really not about working hard. It's about and work ethic, honestly. Like it is, but it isn't. But mainly not. Especially if you want to get wealthy.
Yeah.
Like it's about leverage. So I do think that when it comes to your skill set, depending on what your skill set is, and then you can actually leverage that.
So it sounds like you're going skill set,
network, work ethic.
final answer.
Yes.
Hit a button. Final answer.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes.
No, I love asking that question because people rearrange it just like you did in real time. Like, but honestly, I had some of this and sprinkle that.
Because think about it, because if you have like a hard ass work ethic, right, and you actually work hard, right, the people who actually have like the most work ethic and work the hardest are not necessarily the richest.
Agreed.
If you think about it, like the steel workers, the men who pave the roads, like they work like fucking animals. But are they multi-millionaires? No, they're not.
100%.
They're definitely appreciated, and I love them to death.
Yeah.
But no, I know people who literally only work 20 minutes a day, and they make tens of thousands of dollars a day.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Myron Golden before? This guy, freaking genius. I took one of his courses. His biggest thing was he was just breaking down the different levels of value that you have, right? And it was like the lowest level is implementation, meaning the people that actually are hands-on and make the thing happen.
Yeah.
They work the hardest, but actually make the least amount of money, right? You're talking about people that work at McDonald's, or you're talking about someone that still work or whatever it is, right? The manager, which is the second level, is kind of, they make more, but they don't work as hard. So when I heard that and he had a whole breakdown on everything, I was just like, number one in my head was like, is it fair?
Yeah,
But
well,
at the same time, it's
life is not fair. That's number one.
Yeah, 100%.
Number two, even for me with my company of being an independent host, I have the opportunity all the time to make a substantial amount of money within a short amount of time because of my skill sets and also because of my network. So I'm able to build all these relationships with these different people, like these lounges, these bars, these clubs, and actually create contracts with them to get percentages when I bring them value. So in any given night or any given day, if I have a few groups that's actually coming in throughout the weekend, and one person wants a $5,000 table at Live, another one person wants a $6,000 table at Vendome, another one wants a $10,000 table at 11, I get 10% of that. So do the math.
I'm not the best at math, but
okay, let's just do
the
this.
math
So
is math, though. It is
right?
math.
Yeah. So like just right there for all the 10%, $15,000, I get $1,500
right off the bat,
like that in a matter of 10 minutes. If that makes sense.
100%. You got me like reevaluating my entire life right now.
Like, what are we doing here?
Huh?
Like, what are we doing here?
I was like,
No.
I'm not working at a club right now.
It's definitely, obviously, but for you to get there, you need a skill set. You need to be able to have negotiation skills. You need to be able to have speaking skills as well too, soft skills as well.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like, oh hey people, I just want like a $5,000 table at 11 or $10,000 table at 11 and that's it. There's a lot of nuances, a lot of things that happen. Oh no, I don't want this table. Oh no, does that mean people? Oh no, it's 10 people now, then it has to be more. And it's like then when clients actually see that and they want to feel comfortable that like they're paying more money, but they need to understand why they're paying more money. And then also too, if they get there at 10:30, or I'm sorry, if they get there like late, like 15 minutes late from the time that they need to get there, the price can actually jump up. Like there's a lot of different components when it comes to that life. So it's not just like, okay, yeah, get your friggin', 10% whatever. Like, no, it's you got to have a lot of skills to be able to maneuver your network.
Do you ever feel uncomfortable charging? Like, for example, using the 15-minute example, right?
Okay.
Did you ever feel like, should I really tax them on
Okay,
this?
so you know what? I need to sit up.
He's like, I'm ready for this.
Because this is actually what I actually go through right now.
Okay.
Honestly, sometimes. Because, so there's different levels with my service, right? There's a 24/7 concierge approach, right? Where like they pay one premium price, and then they get pretty much everything, top to bottom, like my team, and if they need a carton of milk when it comes to 3 a.m., they get it, right? Then the second one is more so of like, okay, you know what? I need you personally there for one night, and maybe not this night. I just need just this, and it's a certain price.
Gotcha.
Then the lowest price is just them getting like my access, and me being a liaison and me like just, sifting through like the itinerary. I'm not personally there. Now, I do have a lot of people who hit me up for reservations because they know the access that I have. Now, depending on the restaurant, to build that rapport and build that relationship, and I don't at times feel comfortable charging for that one reservation, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Now, if it's a carbone, if it's like a high level, high, if it's a gecko, if it's a poppy steak or whatever, like I built those relationships to the point where I can literally call up the GM and get a reservation whenever I want.
100%.
But I do think that what happens with a lot of people and entrepreneurs, just because things come easy to you does not mean that it comes easy to the other people who want that service. Like, does that make sense?
It does.
Does that make sense?
To me, but I want you to break it down. What do you mean by that?
What I mean by it is that just because it's so easy for you to actually do those services, that does not mean that you should not charge. That does not mean that you should just give it away.
It's like, in a way, you're discounting what it took you to make it.
Yeah, because for me to get that instant reservation at Poppy Steak took me years from the start of me actually working at Story till now to build that rapport and to build that relationship for me to get the access just like that.
Exactly.
So you're not, this is actually really, really damn good. I think Daniel G actually talked about this before, where it's like, you're not, like if you're paying whatever it is, like if you're paying $100 or maybe $10,000 for a service, you're not paying the service for that right then and there. You're paying for everything else that came
to be able to actually
get to that point. Did that make sense?
Exactly.
So just because it comes easy to me, that does not mean that. Are you like a therapist or something, man? Are you a therapist?
Honestly, man, I was a bartender. It's the same thing. It really is the same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah. So like, any type of service that you have, especially in the industry, like if you're a concierge host, if you're a hostess, if you're a promoter, whatever, this and that, like, yes, like you should never gouge. You should never ever like take advantage of people. But like, you need to have some type of compensation
100%
in some type of level for the hard work that you always put in.
Hit a button, please. And the reason why I asked that question, and as we said before, like this podcast is all about just changing limiting beliefs. One of the biggest ones that causes imposter syndrome when being an entrepreneur is that you do discount your skills, right?
Facts.
It's like, for example, when someone gets into business doing a particular thing, their biggest thing is, I'm not really an expert in it. But at the end of the day, every single person on the planet is an expert at doing what got them to where they are. There's always a person behind you that's trying to get to that place that you're at. But you always discount yourself because you're like, I'm not that good at it.
Yeah.
When in fact, it's the person that's the closest that people actually relate to more.
Facts.
They can actually do the biggest job as far as like taking them from point A to point B. And I try to tell everyone, you're an expert at everything. Everyone on the planet can have a digital product, for example. It's just, taking someone on that same journey you went through, but it's just, we discount ourselves so much. And I love the fact that you said that and really transparent with that, because I feel like that's a big deal that plagues a lot of people and stops most people from just pursuing what it is that they want to do.
Facts.
Yeah, so no, 100% there. So I have two more questions for you.
Go ahead.
But on the podcast, I do like to give Brandon an opportunity to ask a question. Back on the spot again.
Brandon,
it is you.
Ask your questions. We're gonna go back to me, and then we're gonna close it out.
Prepared today.
Nope,
I like
wasn't.
this. I like this. All right. What does life look like in the next 5 years for you?
life looks like for me traveling, having my companies be nationwide, or more so. Well, let me backtrack. BES, only the best basic executive services, is nationwide, but I actually want the brand to be worldwide, if that makes sense.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm sorry, before you said that you were in another country, right? In Africa?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. What country?
Yeah, Tanzania.
I can't believe I completely forgot that.
Yeah, Zanzibar. Yeah, so our company, BES, is in Miami, DC, LA, Las Vegas, Atlanta, San Francisco, San Diego, did I say Las Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But you can say it again, though.
Yeah, Las Vegas, New York, let's see, DC, overseas. We're in Mykonos, Saint-Tropez, Maldives, Costa Rica, Turks and Caicos, Tanzania, Zanzibar, Ghana as well too.
What?
Barcelona, and a couple of countries as well too in Europe.
So you're in a few places then?
Yes.
One or two places?
About 30 locations, yes, sir.
Jeez, dude, hit a button. I don't know what button we have. That's crazy. Okay. But 5 years, sorry.
So yeah, so 5 years. I would love to have multiple properties as well. I would actually, in 5 years, I want to be able to have a staple in real estate. Not necessarily have so many doors, but just have maybe just a couple doors to have some type of recurring income in a different industry.
I like that. You ready for your question, Bob?
Yes, I am.
Hit me,
We're
hit me,
ready.
hit me.
Okay.
Yeah.
The midget story was actually really fun.
I knew it. I knew it.
No. It's a reference. It's a little bit different question. Okay. Has any of your clients ever got you into a sticky situation where you had to defend yourself or defend them?
Yes. But I can't talk about it. Sorry. Yeah.
I like it. I like the honesty.
Yeah, but I can't talk about it.
Okay,
right.
cool.
So
We'll talk about it.
So the one thing, let me just say this: the one thing about being a host, especially when it comes to these, like I not only the 1%, like I take care of like the 0.0001% of the world.
Yeah.
And these people, they trust you with their lives, with their secrets. So
It's like discretion
even
is
though like I am
definitely-
definitely like at a point where like I'm doing multiple podcasts and like trying to share my knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm not a chatty patty. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I'm not, because that's what they trust me, and that's what they not directly but indirectly pay me for my confidence or
100%.
their confidence basically.
Yeah.
I have secrets that I'm going to take to the grave.
There you go.
Would you write a book? Like when you're super old one day and like
Use different characters, use
yeah.
different names.
Susie can't.
Yeah,
Susie asked for another
that would
midget.
have to be like right before I'm out the door.
It was a memoir. Write a
Yeah,
memoir.
yeah.
I do. Okay, so I did say I have one more question. I have
Go
two
ahead.
questions.
Yeah, no, listen. Yeah, you have as many questions as you want. I'm down.
Gotcha. Shoe size. What shoe size do you
18.
wear? So I'm looking at the whole 18.
Yes.
Hit a button.
Are those custom?
No. Nike.com. Oh, shout out to Nike. I want. Where's my camera?
Right there.
Right there. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, Nike. Listen, I'm 6'11", about to be 340, maybe 335. Working on it by the end of December. I'm gonna be back into my college days playing weight. I need to be an ambassador, man, for Nike, man. Bro, like you don't have a tall guy like me, man, in your roster like that, man. Please, let's do something, please.
He's gonna call today too.
For real.
We heard you. We need an endorsement.
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay. So my last question to you. Actually, I lied. One more question.
Let's
What
go.
sport did you play?
Basketball.
Just basketball?
Yes.
What
high
position?
school football, but then also basketball. Basketball, I actually pursued that a lot more.
Okay. Absolutely. I played basketball and football. What
Okay.
position did you play in basketball center?
Flex. So when I was in high school, I played 5. When I played college basketball / semi-pro, I was a 5, but also a flex 4 as well.
Okay. I was a 2. At the time, I was a tall 2, but now it almost seems like I'm a short 2.
Tanny, we're not talking about
Right now.
pickup games, okay?
Wow. That's crazy. You get this work
ask.
any day of the week, sir. Twice on Sundays.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
You were a 2, not a 3?
Yeah, I was a 2.
Really?
Yeah, I can handle the rock.
Yeah, you're a tall shooting guard.
Never seen that.
Well, now it's like standard.
Yeah, no. You'd have to be like a 3 now, I think,
You think so?
or maybe a 1. Can you be a 1?
I don't know if I have that. I'm not Chris Paul.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I
but
got
I could
you, I
be,
got you.
a little Devin Booker if I
Yeah,
need
Chris
to.
Paul is not short. He's 6'3".
Is he?
I think. Yeah, he's 6'3". Yeah.
Yeah, point guards are. He doesn't seem that tall, too.
No,
because everyone
neither.
else around
Facts,
him is just
facts.
really up there.
Yeah.
All right, last question.
Yes, sir.
I want you to give a word of advice to someone up there that is just trying to find a way to kind of do their own thing. Because we meet a lot of people that just don't want to take that leap into doing something for their own selves or betting on themselves, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
What word of advice would you give that one person watching this podcast right now?
Definitely taste and definitely, try out different things. And once you actually find out that one thing that you like, stick with that up until you know that is actually going to, betterment you. Because I feel like a lot of people, like, they Mario jump and they actually hop to like different fields way too quick.
Yeah.
So I've always said that, new is not necessarily always better, but better is always better, if that makes sense. Like bettering yourself in that one field and just figuring that out, because one day it's going to pop, if that makes sense. And then one of the ways for you to always stick to that mentality is that never ever try to engulf yourself into like huge tasks, but always try to like win the day every single day. And also too, always remember that 1 is always better than 0.
Hit a button. I don't know. Hit a lot of buttons today.
And also too, real quick, another thing too is that you also have to figure out what is your non-negotiable.
What do you mean by that?
What's your non-negotiable? So I have which I was supposed to wear my shirt, but some shit happened. But it's all
What does
good.
it say on the t-shirt?
It says non-negotiable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's a new t-shirt line I'm actually going to be coming out with my website and my personal brand. And it's like, what is your non-negotiable? What is something that you do every single day that you have to do no matter how much or how little that you feel?
Gotcha.
So if you're coming up or whatever that you're doing, you have to have some type of non-negotiables, because having non-negotiables also builds up your discipline.
I like that.
Yeah.
100%. Kind of like working out. It's non-negotiable. It has to happen. Or it has to
Yeah, I
happen.
work out with my trainer. I'm actually going to him right now after this. Ron's the body. What up, man? It can be whatever your non-negotiables are to like help your success, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Figure that out. And then just stick to that, because that consistency is going to build up your discipline muscles, and then the discipline muscles is going to get you into new success.
100%. Where can people find you, man?
So I am at Instagram, all socials, Twitter, Threads, YouTube. I have a YouTube channel as well too, where I interview people in nightlife, hospitality, entertainment as well. Marvel Bishop TV. Instagram at Marvel Bishop. BishopExecServices.com, VCBmedia.com as well too. If you are looking for the best experience in Miami or the other locations that I actually displayed to have a unique experience here, it's going to be at Marvel Bishop or BishopExecServices.com. And let's curate your experience. And if you need content as well too, we can also do that as well.
I like that. Are you going to have me as a guest on your podcast?
I
got some
you know
stories.
the funny,
I got some stories,
funny
bro.
part? I had no idea that you were in the industry.
Dude, I got stories. I didn't even tell you.
Actually after this, I actually wanted to introduce you to a hospitality network.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, we're going to talk.
Shout out to the OTM boys, John and Hector. Yeah.
I like that.
Got you, bro.
This is exciting. Well,
Yes, sir.
ladies and gentlemen, let me get the camera time. Oh, there we go. Welcome to another. What was that? Welcome? It's not welcome. You've
Thanks
watched
for tuning in.
another. Don't ruin this one.
You
ruined it.
Yo, how much? How long has this happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did this happen every single episode? This
It does.
banter?
Yes.
All the time?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah. He's a super producer over there. Once again, this was another episode of the Flipping Tables podcast.